Here we go. Welcome back, guys, to 3171's podcast for episode 5, and we're going to be talking about why time management is so important.
Yes.
This is, my name is Tim, by the way. It's got Jody.
And I'm Jody.
Okay. Yes, so let's go ahead and talk about why is time management important.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, if I don't have a structure to my day or to my week, it's very hard for me to meet a goal. Right, and any goal really in my life is going to be kind of scattered or chaotic for me if I don't have a structure. So I think that you really need to figure out what works for you in order to be able to meet your health goals, in order to be able to meet any of the goals, raising your kids, anything like that.
The way that we personally do different things with our structure. Like, I know that for me, I'm up at 5 a.m. Every single day, almost every single day, except for Sundays, because Sundays I sleep in until like 5:30. No, I sleep until 6:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the reason why I get up that early is because I have to get as much things done throughout my morning before you guys wake up, so that I can be present later in the evening, because I have to make sure that I am there for my family, right? So why do you wake up 5:45?
Yeah, I wake up at 5:45, honestly, for my own sanity. I feel like I need to be awake before the kids wake up, and sometimes, our toddler will wake up at 6, sometimes 6:30, sometimes I have to get him out of bed at 7 o'clock. But yeah, I wake up at 5:45 just so I can actually take that time to have quiet time.
Yes.
And that helps me prepare for the day. But I also take that time too to look at my week. And so then I can kind of plan out a little bit more of my workouts and a few other things throughout my week. And it kind of gives me that successful trajectory, I guess you'd say, for the rest of my day and for the rest of the week.
And I think that the reason why we both wake up early, especially for me, is that I need that quiet time as well. I need to spend that time preparing my mind, preparing myself before the day starts. I do cold showers at least 3 times a week, and that's just part of my routine because it helps me wake up, helps me create a stronger mindset. Yeah. And I also, during that time, I spend that time with God, and I read and I meditate. So I'm spiritually getting fed during that time, because when it comes to raising a family, you have to feed yourself first, right? Right. You have to have that time for the quietness to really just be ready, be prepared.
I mean, it's like when you're on an airplane and they say put your oxygen mask on first before other people. Like you need to make sure you're taking care of your own needs. And so when we do that, I feel like when I have that quiet time and when my day is planned out, I feel like I just have a lot more time to be intentional with our kids and with the family. Like it allows that space so that I can focus on those things.
When you wake up and the alarm goes off and you're literally running to work, rushing to start your day and try and get the kids ready, your whole brain is gonna go all over the place. You're gonna be chaotic, and you're gonna have a bad start to your day. So I think that having that morning structure and managing that time in the morning for yourself is very important for you to get things done.
Yeah, it feels like, I guess, I'm one step ahead when I'm awake and I've had that time to kind of like process, to pray, to meditate, to kind of, it feels like I've accomplished something, I guess, before the kids even get up. Like I've done something for myself before I have to start doing everything, for everyone else. So I think that's really important to have that time structured. And then I feel like too, we talked about how it's kind of, we're role modeling it as well, right? Like by being structured, we're role modeling that for our kids. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
So I think our kids watch everything that we do, everything that we say. Yeah,
unfortunately.
And just mimic everything that we do. So we have to be the example, especially with making sure our workouts are scheduled throughout the week. Them seeing us, take care of ourselves.
Yeah, and I think too, we see it in our 8-year-old. She's going to be almost 9. Yeah. But she also kind of manages her own time too. Like when there's different habits that she wants to do or whatever, she actually makes time for those and kind of plans things out. And you can see that she's adopted that, and that she can accomplish things, at a young age, because she's taking on those habits of, this is what it looks like in order to do everything that she needs to do, you know, and
Yeah.
manage well, she can reach the goals that she wants. So,
It's very important that you be the role model, be the example to your kids, because they're gonna follow your habits.
yeah, and I think, you know, we do talk about the structure and the time management when it comes to like meal planning and meal prepping and getting our workouts in, because all of those are, you know, those are big things for us in our physical health. But I think also when we're looking at time management overall, you know, it's we're talked about our spiritual health already, social health, like our relationship health, like we make sure that we're also intentional with planning time for our family, like
Yes.
going and experiencing things on the weekend, or making sure we're doing things throughout the week, you know, after dinner, having family time and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
And that's why, for me, I get up at 5 a.m. because I have to get certain things done before I go into my job. And if I can knock those things out before then I can spend that time for my family after I get home from work, instead of, I mean, sometimes I come home and then get on the computer and do a little more work because we're building our business as well. So
yeah.
with all these things that we have on our plate, we know that we have to be there for our family and our kids.
Yeah, I think as parents with young kids, I mean, even I'm sure parents with older kids, it starts to feel overwhelming sometimes, all of the different things, the expectations, and there's, you know, you've got your physical health, you've got your emotional health, you've got, you know, and then you got to think about your kids' stuff, and there's a lot of things on our plate. So I think being really structured and using good tools to time manage is just going to help you, I think, just have better overall emotional health and just better overall health. So what are some of the tools that you use to help you kind of manage your time?
So I already know my schedule in my head, like from the moment I wake up to when I have to go work. I have everything scheduled out. But one of the big tools that I use is a lockbox, and that's what we've been using. At least at the beginning of the year, we started using a lockbox, and the reason why we use that lockbox is because it helps us make sure that we're present with our family. And we realized, like last year when we didn't have the lockbox, we were literally on our phones throughout dinner time trying to, for me, I was doing my business, constantly on my phone, and realized that, hey, I'm missing out on my family during this time, and I have to figure out something I can use to make sure that I'm accountable to being present with the kids and with you as well. So how have you seen the lockbox benefit our family?
Yeah, I mean, I think because we knew like when those phones went in, we had this time, right, to really do something intentional. So I think during winter months, we were playing Wii more. We'd have dance parties. Like, you know, I think now that it's warmer, sometimes we get outside with the bikes. We get outside and walk, you know, different things like that will, I don't know, it just sets up this time like, okay, now this is just for us and you know, our kids, and so we can really spend time together doing that. And I even saw, what was it, the other night, where Eli kept, if I looked at my phone, no mama, no, and like he would push the phone down. So we know that we need to get that lockbox back out, because it's really important for our kids to see us off our devices.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you can't get back time. You cannot get back time. You can only use the time wisely, right?
Yeah.
So, what about you? What tools do you use for yourself?
I'm a big Google Calendar fan. I mean, it's kind of insane. I don't know if other moms out there, if you have better tools that you use. I know there's some apps and things like that, but I have a different color for work for my clients. I have a different color for each kid. I have a different color for Tim. I have a different color for myself. I kind of live and die by that calendar. So I have everything scheduled out, and then I'll look at the beginning of the week and see where I have my gaps. I put in my workouts. I'll even put in there sometimes what the workout is going to be. So I try to structure out everything in my Google Calendar.
And
so
I think honestly, you're more structured than I am with that, because I think you have a lot more things that need to be structured, like your client list.
Yeah.
You know, you're working as well as raising Eli, so you have to be structured as much as possible.
Yeah.
And that's why you have all color coded different tabs for your calendar.
Yeah.
Which is
it might look a little crazy to some people. It's pretty. But I mean, I'll even put in there, if I have to like call someone back to like schedule an appointment or something, I will put it on the calendar, because if I don't, I'm going to forget to do it.
Yeah.
So I even, I want to throw in as much information as possible, the location of things, all the details, and it just kind of helps me keep everything lined up for the day. So then when it's like done, then I feel very accomplished. Like that day's behind me. Look at all the things, I guess. It's a sense of accomplishment too. Look at the things that I did that day.
And I think for me, I'm more of I do a notebook and a to-do list.
Yeah.
I do a to-do list because I can see it
Yeah.
very easily. I don't need to be on my phone or a desktop. I really need to be able to just have it there visually so that I can see it, make sure that I cross it off my list. Well, any other tools that you can think of that we use for time management?
Groceries. Getting our groceries online, that pick up. That definitely helps us with managing our time. I mean, we talked about meal planning ahead of time. That's part of our time management. So that's a tool that we use.
Yeah.
We prep ahead. It takes, your time, but you have to manage that so then you have more freedom during the week.
Yeah, you have to be as efficient as possible with your time.
Yeah. You just kind of have to have a system in place in order to be organized. I mean, I see you have a little calendar too sometimes that you write, the dry erase calendar and different things too, so you know what you're doing. So whatever works for you, there are plenty of tools out there, but just something that you can manage, I guess, on the fly. So, if you're having, struggles with trying to time manage, we're definitely here for you. You can check out our website at 317wellness.com, Instagram, Tim S. Bonner, Jody McLean Bonner. You can follow us there for some more tips and tricks on how to do this.
Yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will talk to you guys soon.